They can't control a man who doesn't crave their approval. They can't manipulate someone who no longer reacts, and they have no power over a mind that has mastered itself. So the question isn't how to make people stop manipulating you. The question is, when did you give them the keys? When did you start letting other people's moods decide your day? When did their silence start making you anxious? When did you begin shrinking so someone else could feel big? That's the real enemy, not them. Not what they do, not what they say. It's what you let it do to you. Because all manipulation starts in the space between stimulus and response. They say something, you flinch, they withdraw, you chase, they blame, you apologize. But here's the truth you need to hear. No one can manipulate you unless there's a part of you that still needs something from them. And that's where the work begins, not with them, with you. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Until you become emotionally self-sufficient, until you build a world within that isn't constantly reaching out to be filled, you will always be vulnerable to someone else's influence. This is the uncomfortable part of the path. This is where you confront the parts of yourself that still crave validation, attention, recognition, even love from people who haven't earned the right to hold those strings. And I'm not talking about going cold. I'm talking about going clear. Stoicism doesn't teach you to be emotionless. It teaches you to control your emotions so that no one else can use them against you. It teaches you to respond, not react, to pause, not panic, to observe, not absorb. Because the person who gets manipulated is not weak, they're unaware. Unaware of their own triggers, unaware of their own insecurities, unaware of how predictable their reactions have become. You want to stop being manipulated. Start noticing what makes you lose yourself. Is it when they stop texting back? Is it when someone criticizes you publicly? Is it when they give attention to someone else? Is it when you feel ignored, abandoned, unseen? Good. Because that's the entry point. That's the edge of your awareness. That's where you stop giving away your power. You see, the people who manipulate others, they don't look for weakness. They look for patterns. They don't need to overpower you. They just need to understand you better than you understand yourself. If they know that giving you a little bit of praise makes you overextend, if they know that going silent makes you chase, if they know that looking disappointed makes you apologize, they don't need control. You've already handed it over. And that's the trap. They don't overpower you. You underpower yourself. So how do you fix this? How do you become someone who sees the game and never plays it? You stop needing the outcome. You stop needing the person. You stop needing anything from outside yourself. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. That's the core of it. That's what Stoicism has always taught. The unshakable man is not the one who controls others. It's the one who controls himself. They try to make you feel guilty? Let them. You know your truth. They withhold love to get a reaction? Let them. You don't beg for something you can generate from within. They ghost you to get power. Let them. You detach with grace and move forward. Because once you become calm, once you become non-reactive, once you stop flinching when people play games, they can't win. Not because they stopped playing, but because you stopped responding. The moment you stop chasing what's outside you, you become a mystery. And people can't manipulate what they can't read. They can't steer a ship that doesn't move with every current. They can't guilt someone who isn't afraid to be misunderstood. This is what separates the ordinary from the uncommon. This is what builds real presence. the kind of presence that enters a room and changes the energy, not with volume, but with gravity. Because when you're unmanipulable, people feel it. Your eyes aren't looking for anything. Your body isn't seeking attention. Your words are slow, few, but heavy. You say less, but they listen more. You offer less, but they chase harder. You give nothing away, not because you're closed, but because you're full. And a full man doesn't beg. He chooses, he evaluates, he observes the world without becoming entangled in it. That's the goal. Not to be distant, but to be disciplined. Not to be cold, but to be conscious. Not to be feared, but to be respected. Because real respect doesn't come from being loud. It comes from being centered. You want to know what makes someone impossible to manipulate. It's not rage, it's not walls, it's not dominance, it's stillness, it's clarity, it's detachment from anything that makes you lose your alignment. When someone plays a game and you do nothing, when they expect you to react and you smile instead, when they try to guilt you and you're already free from their opinion, that's power. That's silence that shakes people. Seneca said, "He is most powerful who has power over himself." The world will try to provoke you. People will poke at your insecurities. Situations will pull at your boundaries. And manipulation will wear many masks: guilt, love, anger, charm. But if you know who you are, deeply, fully, no mask can trick you. Because you've seen your own face, and you've stopped needing theirs. This is the path of the Stoic, the path of the silent builder, the man who walks alone when needed, who chooses peace over reaction, who turns every test into a mirror, and in that mirror, he doesn't look for answers, he sharpens them. So don't try to change them. Don't waste time explaining yourself to people who benefit from misunderstanding you. Just build, just master, just observe. And when they try to push you off center, don't budge. They'll call you cold. Let them. They'll call you arrogant. Let them. They'll say you've changed. Good. That's the point. Because you're no longer bending for comfort. You're no longer shrinking for approval. You're no longer molding yourself to fit into places that can't hold your power. You've outgrown the manipulation. Not by fighting it, but by no longer needing what feeds it. So the next time someone tries to play you, smile. Let them talk. Let them scheme. Let them misread your silence. And while they do all that, you remain still. You remain unmoved. You remain free. Because nothing is stronger than a man who no longer seeks control, but lives with it. And no one can manipulate that.